So Sagittarius, your week commencing the 21st of July forecast is going to see that truth-seeking part of your nature come very much into focus. The week begins with Mars, the planet of assertion, continuing his journey through a very prominent part of your chart and squaring off exactly with the diplomat Venus on Wednesday. You might find yourself a little bit torn between telling it how it is and perhaps being a little more cautious in your approach. But because the Sun arrives in Leo on Tuesday, that desire to be as frank and as transparent as possible is going to be hard to resist. But of course Mercury's in retrograde in that area. Now the Sun moving into your sister fire sign for sure will evoke that part of your nature which loves adventure, freedom, independence, travel, and just enjoying a wider view of life. But with Mercury's retrograde, if you are talking about an agreement, doing some travel planning, very important to get into the details, which sometimes can be, let's be honest, a little bit dull, but try to stay with it. Now on Thursday we have a new moon. So all of those things that are so important for you can be enriched with this new moon, but there is a potential catch because within the new moon is Pluto, and Pluto can be about deep revelations, but it can be about leverage. You may encounter someone who feels just as strongly about their viewpoint as you feel about yours, and that could lead to a tussle. And going back to that relationship situation, as much as you may have that deep desire to really get in touch with the philosophy or belief that's so important to you, I don't really feel it's so much what you say as how you say it. And if you can be tactful, I feel it will be to your advantage, particularly as at the start of this week there is a cresting of energy in your sector of relating. Now as we get to the end of the week and the new moon brings into play the energies of not just Pluto, those everyday communications, but also Saturn, Neptune and Uranus. If you do encounter someone who has or shares a passion like you do for the big picture, exciting plans, is perhaps a little bit more of a free spirit, wants to break out and do something completely spontaneously, this is a relationship, if you encounter it, which could happen any time over the following month, and it doesn't have to be a romantic tie, which really can be very positive for you indeed. Because through to the 8th of November, Uranus is going to tease into the open a much greater need for some drama and excitement around all sorts of connections. But what I would say, with all that 9th house energy and Mars's clash with Venus, if you're not enjoying a relationship at the moment, no amount of diplomacy or being upfront and direct will change the fact if it's never going to really work. And I think for some archers, the energy of the sign of Leo, including the Mercury retrograde, may be an innate need to escape and have more personal space. Whether that would be long lasting or not is really down to you. Please visit my new website at patrickarundell.com. You can sign up for your free daily horoscope fired to your device each morning. Enjoy my terrific 3 card tarot. It really is stunning. Or download your free natal chart. There's a lot of natal charts on the internet, but not with an interpretation as good as this. That's patrickarundell.com. Please see below for more.